We are back at Epcot. Woohoo! It's the first day Epcot is back open and we are so excited to be here. The Food and Wine Festival is going on. Spaceship Earth is open. It's going to be an awesome day.
So where will we go today? Meet me out among the endless possibilities. We'll laugh all the clouds away. I know someday we'll have to stay, but where will we go today?
We are on our way to Epcot, and when we boarded, we were given a number. We were number 3. So you can see that we have both sides, but we're right in front of one another. And the barriers are in between the different numbers. And there are signage saying, don't sit here. And there is the barrier. This is one of the newer buses. So it smells new. We're excited to go to Epcot. So we're staying at the Polynesian, which is connected to the monorail, which leads to Magic Kingdom and to Epcot. But because of COVID, the monorail is not running to Epcot, so we are on a bus to go to Epcot. I'm not sure how long this new protocol will last, but I've also heard that the Skyliner is only going to Hollywood Studios. So the only way to get to Epcot is either walking or by bus. So it is a little bit different right now, but we are excited to have our day at Epcot. It's the first day it's open, so let's go check it out. So we are approaching Epcot. We will go through our temperature screening first, and then we'll go through security and get into the park.
Ready? Anniversary honeymoon 1.
Honeymoon.
Enjoy.
Thank you.
Hello. Hello, everybody.
Hello. Thank you.
Everybody's very happy to see us. They're definitely doing good screenings. So let's go get our temperature check.
Okay, we have made it through security and the health screenings, and we are back. It is opening day here at Epcot. Very nice to be back in Epcot. We're back in Epcot. What do you think, Monica?
We're just excited to be here. We're going to make our way to the World Showcase where the Food and Wine Festival is going on. We're going to start over there and make our way around the world, and we're just excited. It's good to be back.
All the changes to Epcot and for the big anniversary next year have made things look quite a bit different than the last time we were here. A lot of walls up, kind of hiding all of the big changes, but the icon of Epcot's still here, Spaceship Earth, which was supposed to go down for refurbishment, but COVID kind of changed all those plans, and Spaceship Earth is now back open, and its original configuration is still intact.
Let's show everybody my shirt.
And then here's Monica's shirt. If you can read this, thank the Phoenicians. That's right. We're kind of moving toward mission space and a lot of partitions. And
It's kind of disorienting.
yeah, it's hard to tell where you are. Now the Epcot monorail line is not open. We had to take a bus here this morning. Now Mouse Gear, great store, has been relocated, and the partitions we've been walking next to have been the Guardians of the Galaxy ride that is going to be coming in the next year or so. Now we did find out yesterday that the Tron coaster was pushed back at least 3 months due to the pandemic, and they were not able to get a lot of parts from overseas that they need. So they're they are behind at least 3 months on getting Tron back on tracks, and that may or may not be the case so far with Guardians of the Galaxy. We just don't know how that's going to play out. Epcot's kind of a more of a leisurely pace, at least it is for us. Now Disney's Food and Wine Festival is back open, so that makes things pretty fun. So there's Mouse Gear and the renovation that's going on in that area. And wow, yeah, social distancing right there. You can see people cannot get in the store right now. People are eager to get in there and buy some souvenirs. We're heading over toward Test Track and Mission Space over to my left. And then more partitions here in Epcot. I bet you we'll be getting used to that, especially close to the entrance in Spaceship Earth. Now once we get out toward the World Showcase, things should look a little more normal. The crowds are kind of hard to gauge at this point. I mean, it is reopening day, so a lot of people eager to get out and see how things are looking here and all the changes that have been made, not only for the social distancing, but for just the general renovations and the transformation that's going on in preparation for the 50th anniversary. Is that a playground?
Yeah, it looks like a playground, but I'm sure it's closed. All the playgrounds we've seen have been closed.
Yeah, play areas at the resorts.
Well, the splash pad's open. Right?
Yeah. But like we're staying at the Polynesian Resort, and so like Lilo's Playhouse is closed. The little play area next to Splash Mountain at Magic Kingdom is closed. A lot of the areas that you can just get your hands on and touch, that's all closed right
Even
now.
The interactions and the rides, like in Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, they have a lot of interactive parts, and it was closed. Now we didn't go over to Dumbo yesterday. We'll have to do it Friday. But there's a playground there. I would imagine it's closed also.
Oh, walk over here and see the Food and Wine Festival,
My favorite festival. So exciting.
which normally doesn't open until
Late August.
late August into September. But yeah, so if you're following us and you don't follow Monica on Instagram, her handle is Pixie Vacations by Monica, and you'll see a lot of photography that is doing now. We've got our professional photographer here, Lulu, kind of doing all of the pictures of Monica as she goes along. Shot of Spaceship Earth, and on the walls they want you to know where you're going, so you've got your directional signage here, almost kind of like you're in the airport.
We've been getting a lot of questions about what it's like to wear a mask at Disney World, and first of all, it's July in Florida, so it's hot. I mean, you walk outside and you're sweating. I mean, it's hot. It's hot with or without a mask. But really, you don't notice the mask after a while, and we take good breaks. I mean, we take a break and have a snack or a drink, and there's a relaxation area, so you are able to take breaks from it, and you get used to it. And honestly, I mean, it makes you feel safer knowing everybody does have one on. So it's really not that bad. And honestly, the low crowds kind of offset having to wear a mask, which is nice too. We've hardly had to wait, and we're not like around a lot of people at a time. So it hasn't been so bad.
Now we are heading over toward the World Showcase. Our first stop is Islands of the Caribbean, and we'll take a look at that menu. They've got empanadas, jerk spice chicken. That sounds really good, actually. Beverages, they got a white sangria, mojito, and every station is going to have a bottle of water. For those of you unfamiliar with the Food and Wine Festival, they have food and drinks from all over the world here at Epcot. Some of them tied to the pavilion, some of them don't. Just in the case of the Islands of the Caribbean here, it's just a set-up shop here close to the Disney Traders store. Something on the more earthy side, you've got your farmhouse meatball, the Impossible Burger, which is meatless, your chocolate pudding terrarium, and they got a lemon and ginger tea and some
We're gonna go to, we gotta
other fun goodies. You can get all your goodies over here for the Food and Wine Festival. T-shirts and ears. Lots of goodies. There's Figment on the t-shirts, and there's mugs. Still, if you missed the Flower and Garden Festival, there's a few shirts and mugs left from that. We're going to head to the Mexico Pavilion first. You can see the sneeze guards there for the employees, the cashless payment systems, and then for the menu, they've got a ribeye taco and a pork tostada. You order to the right, and then you go to the stand to pick it up. If you want to book your next trip, Monica would be happy to quote it for you. Send her an email, monicaglenn@pixievacations.com, or go to our website at pixieVacationsByMonica.com. Our first pavilion of the day, Mexico. Okay, we are in the Mexico Pavilion. You can only go one way, so it tells you which way to go. And there are social distancing lines so that it doesn't get too crowded in this enclosed area. There we go, the arrows tell us which way to go. There's a social distancing to get into the Cava del Tequila. Lots of cocoa merchandise here. More social distancing and numbering systems for the registers. This is a great restaurant. The day doesn't open until 4 o'clock right now. San Angel Inn. Very good restaurant that overlooks the boats of the Grand Fiesta tour. We are heading into the Grand Fiesta tour with the 3 Caballeros. And there's a lot of cutbacks in this line, and they are partitioned by plexiglass and the social distancing decals on the floor. So you're separated by plexiglass in the line.
I'm gonna tell you, if you're claustrophobic, these are not fun because you are very enclosed. Just so you know.
Okay, the boats are socially distanced. We've got rows in between. And we will be distant with this group up in the front. So we will be in the back. There will be 2 rows in between.
Well, we rode one of our favorites, the 3 Caballeros, which is actually called the Grand Fiesta Tour. Probably should know that, but we call it the 3 Caballeros. It was great as always. They social distanced the boat, so there was one other family with us, but there were 2 rows in between us. And then when we got off the boat, they were spraying them down and sanitizing the boats. So they seem to do that really regularly on all the rides. So overall, great job, and we loved it.
Okay, we are now exiting the Mexico Pavilion. Now we're going the other way, in the opposite direction from which we came in. Keeping everybody spaced out, going opposite directions. Very safe, and there's hand sanitizer everywhere.
La Hacienda de San Jalel is closed right now, cerrado, and I'm not sure if it's opening or not. I think it's just opening for dinner. So that seems to be a trend over here in Mexico, that things are just opening for dinner. So I'm not sure which restaurants are opening for lunch or dinner, but I will do that research and let you know. But for now, we're just gonna go with the flow. We plan to eat quick service for lunch, and we have dinner plans at Garden Grill tonight. But food and wine, with food and wine going on, I mean, I kind of understand it with less crowds and everything. But just take a moment and look at how few people there are. I mean, normally during food and wine especially, this place is packed, and you have to find a nice trash can to set your food on to eat. So I guess this is a nice break, and we're looking forward to enjoying our day at the World Showcase with less crowds.
So after cruise, normally a princess meal has been turned into a relaxation station where you can go in and remove your mask and social distance and just kind of take a break from the heat a little bit.
We're gonna go ride Frozen Ever After, and we have been in line for about 10 minutes so far. And the line is socially distanced so much that we're waiting outside, but that's okay. We'll be inside soon and we'll get there. I'm sure they're gonna do the boats just like we've seen in every other boat where they distance the boat with 2 seats in between. So we're looking forward to riding Frozen Ever After.
Okay, we're in the Frozen line, and at least we're indoors in the air conditioning, but we're following the green stripes to make sure that we are socially distancing in the line. This section has plexiglass on the side, protecting people walking down the other side of the, what was the fast pass holder walking down.
Actually, you're gonna have the boat to yourself.
Oh, okay. All right.
Right after.
Okie dokie.
Alright, guys. Rows 2 and 3 then. Let's get all together in one row. Your call.
Okay.
Okay, they're social distancing the boats, rows in between there. Now we're going to have the boat for ourselves. We're here in row 2 and 3, so we can social distance each other.
So we just got off of Frozen Ever After, and we waited about 30 minutes, but it was fine. The line moved pretty steadily, and that was good, and the social distancing markers were everywhere, and they even had gaps in between the lines to make it even more socially distanced. We had our own boat to ourselves, just the 4 of us, so that was kind of nice, but everything else was the same, and it was great. Passing through Italy right now, and the crowds are so incredibly low. I mean, normally this area is packed full, and it is very empty. It's really remarkable, especially after we waited 30 minutes for the Frozen ride. It's still surprising to see the very, very, very low crowds.
So they're still doing some of the shows here at the America Pavilion. The current show is the Miranda de las Americas. Seating's pretty spaced out here. I can't imagine there being a huge crowd unless there's like a concert. I highly doubt they're going to do that right now. But there are signs on the benches telling you not to sit there, and then they go to the next bench, which you can. And then there are rows closed. So every other row is open for seating, and then there are spaces where you can and can't sit down the rows that are open. Now performing the janitor. So here in the America Pavilion, we have found a hand washing station you can use to wash your hands right before you enter the Regal Eagle Smokehouse. Okay, we're going to try out the Regal Eagle Smokehouse barbecue. They got a big smoker out in the big middle of the area here. There are umbrellas, so you can kind of sit in the shade. You'll have to mobile order everything, but still, who didn't love some good American barbecue?
We have decided to stop for lunch at the Regal Eagle Smokehouse in the America Pavilion. We have never eaten anywhere in the America Pavilion, but this is a new quick service place, so we thought we'd try it out. We've mobile ordered, and so now we are waiting for our order to be prepared, and once it is, we'll go up and we will get it. But it is quick service and it's barbecue, and there's not really any barbecue anywhere else in Disney, so that's pretty awesome. So we're looking forward to trying something new.
They do mobile pickup here. Order your food in your app, and then you come in here with your number and tell you to pick it up. They have condiments on the side with napkins.
We are at the Regal Eagle Smokehouse. We did a quick service. We mobile ordered. We waited outside, and now we are inside about to enjoy our meal. I think we got some brisket, mac and cheese, and cheeseburgers. So we're looking forward to enjoying our lunch. We just had lunch at the Regal Eagle Smokehouse in the America Pavilion, and I think we all have some various reviews on it. My husband got the barbecue, the brisket sandwich. He really enjoyed it. So the barbecue was really good. Barbecue sauce was good. The baked beans were good, so that was excellent. My youngest daughter got a cheeseburger, and she really enjoyed it. And gobbled it up. But my oldest got the mac and cheese, and I actually got mac and cheese as a side. It wasn't great. I wouldn't order the mac and cheese. I got a cheeseburger, and the bread on it was really good. The meat was just average. So I'd say if you want some barbecue, this is the place to go. If you want a burger or mac and cheese or the typical Disney fare, I probably would try something else. But for as far as barbecue goes, we give it a thumbs up.
All right, we're going to take a break from the heat and check out the American Adventure Show. They're asking families to stay 6 feet apart even on the escalator going up to the American Adventure Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, some of our roads have been closed to promote physical distancing. Our available roads.
Okay, they just told us that roads are shut down in between to promote social distancing, which is in line with just about every other show we've done, like Carousel Progress, PhilharMagic, and that's the same thing here in the theater for the American Adventure. That row is closed, that one is open, and then so forth. And then there are decals on the seats. Can't sit there, but the next 4 are available to sit. And then 3 that you can't sit on, and then 4 that you can.
Well, we just sat through the American Adventure in the America Pavilion, and I actually stayed awake the whole time, which is, it's been a while since I've seen the whole show, but we enjoyed it, and it was a nice place to pull off and relax a little bit, and they did a great job social distancing the theater. They had like the front section taped off and the back section, so you were gonna only sit in the middle. And then they had, 4 seats together, and then 2 seats in between, and then every other row. So it was socially distanced really well. So I'd say they did a really good job in the American Adventure.
We are getting a snow cruise.
Do you know what country we're in?
No,
Japan.
Japan.
What else does Japan have that you love?
It has, I don't know.
The hibachi, where you get to eat at the table. Yeah. Isn't that your favorite?
But it may be closed.
You love Japan, don't you? All right, let's get our snow cone then.
Bye.
One rainbow, one strawberry.
Thank you.
I got a rainbow.
Oh my goodness, it looks delicious. Take a bite.
That is good.
It's yummy. Enjoy.
Well, we're in the Japan Pavilion. Not many people out and about in this area for sure. And then we're coming up on the Japan Food and Wine Festival booth. And they have some tempura, donburi, some ramen, and a kishi flower pot. And sake. They got sake here. Over between the Morocco and Japan pavilions is the festival market. You get some flower and garden vegetable souvenirs. And the Morocco booth, they've got some beef pockets, some hummus fries, and chocolate baklava here at Morocco. Now Morocco always seems to be the less densely populated pavilion, but now you could count the number of people in this area using really about 4 hands. Brazil, crispy pork belly,
Caldo de Carico. I'm sure I just butchered that. Some sort of a Brazilian cheese spread. We need to try that.
Alright, we're making our way to the France booth at the International Food and Wine Festival. There's the menu. The big thing here is one of the frozen slushies. It's said to be very, very good. And just to look at the France Pavilion, you can see in the background some of the Skyliners going back and forth, heading off to Caribbean Beach and the Riviera resorts from the Epcot terminal. It's hard to tell if anybody's in those right now. They look fairly empty, but maybe they'll be open soon if they're not open already. What have you got here?
These are the orange slush, which I don't remember what all it has in it. We don't look over there. But the nice Frenchmen all said this is the one to get, so I'm very excited.
Also in France is a neat little bench area as you overlook the Skyliners going in and out. But it's in the shade, very nice area to take a rest and sit down. One side of the bench you can sit on, and the other side of the bench says, "For your safety, not available." And then you can see right over across the way there Ratatouille as they prepare for the new Ratatouille ride. Alright, we're moving along across the bridge after France, taking the channel over to England.
That's what I was just thinking.
Some storm clouds off in the distance, but not raining here at Epcot. I have to say, I have a hard read on the crowd situation. It depends on where you go. Some places of Epcot feels like it's empty. Some places feel like it's a normal every day. Really kind of hard to tell what the crowd level is right now.
I was just here in February, and I agree. There are some countries that feel relatively normal, but that's kind of how it is all the time at Epcot. Epcot's so big. I mean, crowds tend to gather in certain areas. Like right now, we're about to go into England, and you're typically more crowded in England because it's a little bit narrower. So I guess we'll find out.
So looking toward the back entrance of Epcot, we can see that the Skyliner is now stopped. And then one of the transportation boats that you usually can take from one of the Swan and Dolphin and Beach Club and those Epcot resorts is not moving either, which makes me think that maybe that service is suspended for a little while as well. So looks like walking and busing is the main modes of transportation here in Epcot. We have stumbled upon a second relaxation station. The first was in the Norway Pavilion, and now we are in England, and this is the area toward the back of the park where you can relax, rest, take your mask off for a little while, and social distance, and just kind of take a break from all the mask wearing. So Twinings Tea here in the England Pavilion is one of the only shops that is still open. If you look over toward Crowning Crest and the Craftsman shop, those are all closed, which means this area is pretty dead. Not a ton of people walking around right here. You can go into the Rose and Crown for a pint, but that's about it.
Okay, we are now making our way to the Food and Wine headquarters. As you can see, they still have signage encouraging you to constantly keep social distance from people, and there are markings on the ground of where to wait as we walk into the World Showplace. That's what they're calling it. So I imagine they're limiting the number of people in here, and we'll count this. Okay, we are now in the Food and Wine headquarters. Beautiful chandeliers draped from the ceiling. standing tables around the sides.
Except you can get out.
And there's gonna be booths that we can check out while we're in here also. Okay, this is the festival favorites. So this must be the all-star list of everything that is in the Food and Wine Festival. You can see how they've got it set up in different booths. Next we come to what might be my favorite, desserts and champagne.
I would like to try that.
All right, here we are at the dessert and champagne bar. There is frozen s'mores. Oh my goodness.
Okay, I'm in line for the desserts and the champagne, and we're social distancing in line to try out the frozen s'more.
Next we have the Appleseed Orchard. So let's go check out what's on the menu at the Appleseed Orchard. Charcuterie and cheese board, caramel apple popcorn, frozen apple pie. What?
Ooh, I want that. There's so much stuff I want.
Beer and cider, and apple blossom sky with his ginger beer and brandy and lots of apple stuff. I love apples. I might have to get something. Sounds amazing. Okay, let's see what's on the menu at the mac and cheese bar. Gourmet mac and cheese, buffalo chicken mac and cheese, lobster mac and cheese with sausage and peppers, beer and wine. Oh my gosh, what are we gonna pick?
Mine is the frozen apple pie. It is really good. Now let's try it.
I got buffalo chicken mac and cheese. I have not tasted it yet, so you wanna get my real reaction? I like it. The buffalo sauce is not very heavy, it's light, but it's definitely buffalo sauce, so it's good, it's different.
I got the hot cheese. Let's see.
I got the frozen s'more. It is delicious.
The Canadian Pavilion has Canadian cheddar and bacon soup, filet mignon, some yummy drinks. Well, as a surprise to us all, they've got Dole Whip here in Canada. And of course, poutine, my favorite, at the refreshment port in Canada. Hawaii has a pork slider and some Spam hash. Ooh, I don't know about that. Sparkling pineapple wine sounds really good though.
We have now exited the World Showcase, and the cloud cover has started to take over the Epcot area right now. Some thunder, no rain yet, but we're gonna go check out a few of the shops. No surprise here, there's an exit only on one side, and then the entrance is around to the other side. They don't want you crossing paths with someone else coming out of a store. Another festival market on the other side. More of the flower and garden merchandise that did not get sold due to COVID. Alright, making our way toward port of entry. Social distancing guidelines on the outside. This is the only entrance into the store right now. The other entrances are now exits. And they're selling masks here at the store as well. 4 for $20 and $6 each. They actually have Baby Yoda, Star Wars, and some Toy Story, or actually Pixar masks as well.
It is raining at Epcot, so we have moved into the Imagination Pavilion. This is the wait for the BBC lounge. We are at Journey into Imagination, the Figment ride. It's been raining, and so we were hiding out in the store, and now we are in line. We had to wait because they were cleaning all of the ride vehicles, So now they're done, and here we go. And of course, you see the social distancing markers for everywhere else. We'll see how they do the ride vehicles.
Be on the very next one.
One and two.
Just stay on behind the yellow line, please. Stay behind the yellow line.
We're going to be on the next train. And it appears we're going to be all by
We are inside the Imagination Pavilion where the Figment ride is, and normally Wreck-It Ralph and Vanellope are here. And every part of this is interactive. Every part of this you can touch, you can play, you can feel all of your senses, because that's the entire purpose of the Figment ride. And right now, there's nothing. This is normally where Wreck-It Ralph and Vanellope are. We miss them so much. I hope they're okay. And over here is normally a place where you can play musical instruments with your feet. There are different lights and you can jump on them and it can create different sound. And that is also not open. There are different computer screens where you can create different images and different sounds and different types of things, and all of that is shut down for the time being. So this entire interactive lab is empty. And there are moments during being at the park during COVID that I love, the low crowds and the low wait times. And then there are moments like this that really make me kind of sad. It's really quite fun to see children engaging in these types of activities and playing, and the fact that they can't is sad. But hopefully they will be able to again soon. But for now, we'll all stay safe and do what we can to avoid contact. Well, after a hefty little rainstorm here at Epcot, we have made our way to the seas with Nemo and friends. So we are very excited to ride. There's only a 10-minute standby wait, which hopefully translates into 0 wait, because that's what typically 10 minutes means. So let's go ride.
Interestingly, here in the Nemo ride, there are no social distancing markers in this part of the line. I guess they're not anticipating a huge line here for the Nemo ride. All right, now we have found the social distancing markers have started here next to the beach. Disney has gotten creative here. Instead of the green markers that have been on the other rides, these are blue, representing the water. Pretty cool. So Crush is not here today, but you can still look around at some of the sea creatures in the aquariums where the waiting queue was for the Crush exhibit. So still have all the rays.
But you see them? They're like underneath the sand. There's 3 little baby stingrays in there, right there.
Oh my goodness.
Gosh.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh, they're baby stingrays. They got themselves buried.
That is so neat.
Some of the things are open, but the lockout chamber, Bruce's Shark World, unfortunately not open right now. Alright, we're heading into the land featuring Soarin' with the thunder booming in the background. Okay, now we're in line for Soarin', social distancing lines on the bottom. These are also blue, so I thought that was unique to Nemo, but I think they're following suit over in the land as well. The line says 45 minutes. The cast member at the beginning says that it may not be that. Hopefully not.
Honestly, right? How many years?
Well, obviously this is not quite a 45-minute wait.
Well, we are in line for Soarin'. The sign posted outside said 45 minutes, and we're already really close to boarding, so it's more like 5, maybe 10 at the most. And we are looking forward to it to see how they socially distance Soarin'.
So they're using a booster seat to hold the plexiglass between the flights. So there's Monica and Lulu. On the other side, I'm sitting next to a booster seat. And we're socially distanced for soaring. The end of the soaring ride. Chairs are socially distanced.
So we just got off of Soarin'. The sign said 45-minute wait. We waited 5, 7, maybe 10 minutes at the most. Got on, rode it. It was great. They social distanced the chairs, and they even separated us as a party because they had clear dividers in between the sections. And then as we were walking out, we got some pixie dust and got to go and ride again. So we got to double dip Soarin', which was really awesome. We really enjoyed it.
The land not incredibly busy, especially after riding the Soarin' ride and seeing how quickly we got on there. The Awesome Planet show is still going. Living with the Land has a 10-minute wait. It was shut down a little bit earlier for a deep cleaning, so it looks like that is now been completed.
We're about to eat at Garden Grill. It is a modified character experience, one of 2 that are happening right now during the COVID crisis. So we are looking forward to seeing some characters, even if from a distance.
Okay, we're checking in at Garden Grill for reservations, so I've got to scan the QR code with my phone, and it's going to take me to get started with our mobile chicken experience. Okay, so I'm checked in at Garden Grill, and I got a text message that says that we've been checked in, and it will send us a text when our table is ready. So the floor is rotating here at Garden Grill. You see there's glass dividers up between the parties of the table. The tables aren't separate. It's really distant.
Hi!
Turn around, Debbie. Hey, Lulu.
Picture.
Turn around, Lulu.
Awesome. Thank you. Here is our meal. So we've got steak, mashed potatoes, turkey, stuffing, succotash, green beans, cranberry sauce on the side, macaroni and cheese with some goldfish, and I think I got it all. You're not gonna eat both of those cookies.
Lulu got a special chocolate mousse for her birthday. That is so sweet.
What do you say?
Sugar cookies and also the
Oh, thank you so much.
We appreciate you, Carlos.
So they gave the girls a signed card, so they're not doing autographs at the meal. So turn it around, Lulu, and show everybody the back of it. So it's got Mickey, Chip and Dale, and Pluto's signatures on the card.
Don't tell Minnie. Don't tell her. It's our secret. Yeah.
We love you too, Pluto.
We missed you guys. We're so glad to see you again.
We're so glad you guys are back.
We're glad to be back.
Good to be out of the farmhouse for a second.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So we just had dinner at Garden Grill, which is the modified character experience. There's only 2 happening right now at Epcot. One at Topolino's Terrace and one here at Garden Grill at Epcot. We haven't eaten at Garden Grill before, so we don't have anything to compare it to, but we ate family style. The food was delicious. We saw Chip and Dale twice, and then Mickey and Pluto came around also, and it was really cool. They stood on the other side of the wall. We got pretty close to them. We couldn't hug them or anything, but they were still really close, and we got to interact with them and talk with them, and they even gave Lulu a birthday card that was already pre-signed, so I'd say it was a pretty awesome experience.
Let's go.
Well, it's the moment we've been waiting for. We're finally getting to ride Spaceship Earth. We're so excited. There's only a 5-minute wait, so it should be awesome.
Hop in.
So So we just got off of Spaceship Earth, and there was nobody in line, so it was hard to see exactly how they were social distancing the cars, but I imagine there would have been several cars in between us and the next party. And the ride was a little bit different. The questions on the screen were different. We did get to use the digital screen, which I was actually surprised about. But the questions were different and the story at the end was different, and they didn't put our pictures on it. But the ride itself was still classic and great.
So none of the interactive stuff after Spaceship Earth is working. It's kind of sad. We're supposed to rebuild the future and see your images of where you are, and it is just empty and bare here outside of Spaceship Earth. Very, very sad and kind of a lonely feeling.
So we've had a really awesome day at Epcot, the opening day and the opening day of Food and Wine Festival. We've had a lot of social distancing put into place, and we've eaten a lot and drank a lot throughout the Food and Wine Festival. We had dinner at Garden Grill. We got to ride Spaceship Earth, which was definitely on the top of our list. And we just had a really great day. I think that Disney's doing a good job with social distancing. I think Epcot is the first day they've opened, so there's just a lot of, you know, uncertainties with the cast, but they did an awesome job, and they were all so happy to see us. We got thanked multiple times for being here and supporting them, and that just felt good too and made our heart happy. So we had a really awesome day at Epcot. Please like and subscribe, and thank you for watching. We will see you real soon.
Bye-bye.